Since we are officially 60 days from our first due date, I thought I'd do a fun little Meet Our Broodmares post. We have 8 mares due to foal in 2025, and we're going to give you a little bit of information on each one of them. So first up, we have Holly, GA Holly QT Dream. She's a 2012 Dunalino Tobiano mare. She is bred to Trip, a 2018 Dunskin stallion. This is our first year using Trip as a sire, so we have several mares bred to him, and we're excited to see what he produces. Holly is APHA 6-panel NN. This foal will be for sale. She's had 7 previous foals, 4 colts, 3 fillies. The earliest she's gone has been 338 days. The latest she's gone has been 352 days, with an average gestation of 343. So we kind of just plan for Holly to be late because it's just kind of what she does. So she's usually not on our scanners too early because she does like to go on the late end. And here's Trip, the handsome man. He's got lifetime earnings of over 1,000. He's been shown mostly ranch and some reining. He really excels in the ranch classes. He's very brave and bold and not worried about anything. So he's got some earnings in that. He's got some high points. So we're very excited for his first full crop this year. The color possibilities of Holly and Trip are 50% chance of Dunskin Tobiano and then 25% chance of either a Bay Dun Tobiano or Perlino Dun Tobiano. Some of Holly's previous foals. First, we have Veda. When we purchased Holly, she was pregnant with Veda and foaled out Veda here. Unfortunately, we lost Veda to a respiratory infection early on. Then we had Nova, and she was a cruise foal. The rest of Holly's babies were all cruise foals, and unfortunately, Nova passed away in a field accident at her new owner's home. And then we have Freya, who's living in New Brunswick. Lucas, who's in Nova Scotia. Marlowe, who's in PEI. Highland is in Cape Breton. And Phoenix is also in Nova Scotia. Second mare up is Chica, Diamond H Risky Jet. She's a 2009 Bay Tobiano mare. She is bred to Trip. She is APHA 6-panel negative. This foal is for sale. She's had 7 previous foals, 3 colts, 4 fillies. The earliest she has gone has been 331 days, and the latest she has gone has been 345 days, with an average gestation of 337. So she's kind of right around the due date, again, more on the early side. So we'll be keeping a close eye on her. She is also bred to Trip. And the color possibilities for their foal, they've got a 37.5% chance of a Bay Dun Tobiano or a Dunskin Tobiano, and a 12.5% chance of a Grula Tobiano or Smoky Grula Tobiano. Chica's been bred to 2 different stallions in the past. So first up, we have Nina, who is a cruise baby. And then we had Nash, who was also a cruise baby. And then Gypsy, who was an MC baby. Fergus, who was an MC baby. Rip, who was a cruise baby. Coco, who's a cruise baby. And Ari, who is a cruise baby. Third up, we have Holly B, Sweet Hollywood Chick. She's a 2013 Buckskin Tobiano mare, also bred to Trip, and this foal was sold with our Future Foal payment program. She's had 6 previous foals, 3 colts and 3 fillies. She tends to go on the early side, so we'll be keeping a close eye on her. We also consider her to be, a bit more high risk because she has had foaling complications in the past, although the past 2 with us, she's been great. But her previous owner used to have issues with the foals. So we keep close eye on her. So the earliest she's gone has been 331 days. The latest has been 341 days with an average of 335. She is bred to Trip, and the color possibilities for their foal is 50% chance of a Dunskin Tobiano, and then 25% chance of either a Bay Dun Tobiano or a Perlino Dun Tobiano. So the first foal she actually had by embryo transfer was Golden, and he's down in the States. Then we have Sparky, who she had herself. He's in the States. Indy, also in the States. And then after Indy was a foal that she actually lost. And then we got her, and she had Bowie for us, and he's a cruise baby. And then we had Viz, and she's a cruise baby. Fourth up, we have Rose-Colored Spook or Prairie. She's a 2007 done AQHA mare. She is bred to Bubba or Spook's Big Bang, a 2012 Bay Splash stallion, 6-panel NN. And this foal is currently not for sale in utero because we might keep it if it's a filly and checks all of our boxes. She's had 9 previous foals, 3 colts, 6 fillies. The earliest she has gone has been 326 days. The latest she has gone has been 339 days with an average of 332. So we'll be keeping a close eye on her where she is due earlier, or she's, I guess, likes to go earlier. So we kind of keep a close eye on the ones that tend to go on the early side. So she's bred to Spook's Big Bang, who has lifetime earnings of $47,000. They've got quite a few color possibilities. So they've got a 14.06% chance of a bay splash, bay dun, or bay dun splash. Then 6.25% chance of a red splash, red dun, or red dun splash. And 4.69% of a black splash, grula, or grula splash. Most of Prairie's babies have been sired by Juja's Gunslinger, so the first few were. So she has Wrangler. And then she had Diva, and then Hazel, and then Sydney, and then, of course, Steele, who we've retained and kept, and Tilly, also by Jujas. And then we had Soul, who is a modern gun filly, and Quaid, who is a Shining in Town colt, and Maple, who's a Shining in Town filly. And for some reason, her photo is not coming out. And then we have Key. She's number 5. She's a real QT keeper. She's a 2013 Grula Tobiano mare. She is bred to Trip. She is 6-panel NN. This foal is for sale. She's had 2 previous foals, 1 colt and 1 filly. She also goes on the early side. So goes earliest was 324 days. Latest was 335 days with an average of 328.5. So again, we keep a close eye on her because we're going to assume she's going to go early again. She is bred to Trip for the first time. And the color possibilities of her foals, she's got basically even odds across the board, 25% for Grula Tobiano, Smoky Grula Tobiano, Bay Dun Tobiano, or Dunskin Tobiano. And this foal is also guaranteed to be homozygous for the dominant extension, Dun and Tobiano. So that's pretty exciting and quite rare. Her first foal was Gambit by Cruz, and her second foal was Benny by Cruz. So next up we have Jazz. She's a client's mare. She's a 2014 done AQHA mare. She is bred to Trip for an APHA foal. This foal will be AQHA and APHA 6-panel negative, not for sale at this time. She's had 4 previous foals with 2 colts and 2 fillies, and we don't know what her earliest or latest is or her average because we only had 1 foal out here, and it was born at 341 days, but we don't know the history on her previous babies. The color possibilities for her are 37.5% chance of a Bay Dun or Dunskin Tobiano, a 12.5% chance of a Grula Tobiano or Smoky Grula Tobiano, and this foal is guaranteed to be homozygous dominant extension and done. Again, she's bred to Trip. Her previous foals, we don't know the name on this filly or this filly. And then we've got Ranger, colt, and Soren, a colt. So Soren was the one that was born here. And then next up we have Emmy. So she's mare number 7. She's a 2018 Buckskin Splash mare, bred to Dexter, 2018 Palomino AQHA APHA stallion. This foal is for sale. Emmy has had 1 previous foal, so her odds are pretty easy that her earliest she's foaled out has been 326 days, her average is 326 days, and the latest is 326 days. Color possibilities for her are 25% chance of a buckskin or buckskin splash, and then 12.5% chance of a bay splash, perlino, or perlino splash. And this is Dexter, or Sugar Check's Dunnit, that she's bred to. So he's a Palomino son of Paleface Dunnit. And her previous foal was Memphis, who's a Shining in Town baby. And last but not least, we have Trashy, first class trash. She's a 2014 sorrel homozygous splash white 1 AQHA APHA mare, and she is bred to Bubba, a 2012 bay splash stallion. This foal is for sale. She's had 7 previous foals, 3 colts, and 4 fillies. She also goes on the early side, so the earliest she's gone with us would be 325 days. The latest is 336 days, with an average of 330.5. So she's bred to Spook's Big Bang. This is the second time she's been bred to him. And color possibilities are pretty easy. We've got 50-50% chance of a red splash or a bay splash. Her first few foals were Juja's Gunslinger foals. So we have Dove and Chili and Pepsi and Zeke and Oscar. And then we have Eleanor, who is a full sibling to the one that she's pregnant with right now. And we had Wilder born this year, who was a Shining in Town colt. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions about our mares, their foals, or our program, please feel free to leave a comment or send us a message. And if there's any specific questions you have about the mares we have in foal or their previous babies, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching.